Whew. Hmm. I have to admit, I have to admit, there's been times in this movement where I think even I have been naive. Um, I'm going to get into it in a second. I want to give everyone a chance to come on board. Hope everyone's having a great night tonight. Uh, WikiLeaks has dropped another batch of emails. What's up, Sandy? Um, but there's been times where even I have kind of didn't see a few things coming. What's up, Patricia? What's up, Trey? Oh, and let's keep a lot of people in our prayers that's being faced with these horrendous storms that's in Hurricane Matthew's path. What's up, Blair? Okay. What's up, Chanel? Okay. I have to admit, I've been a bit naive when it comes to fighting this revolution. I've been a bit naive a few times. I've been a bit naive here recently. I have to admit, that's one thing we do here. We want to keep it real. I've been a bit naive. The more and more we learn more and more about economics, the more and more we learn more and more about we're not tied to the gold standard. We realize that we think like we get that when that light bulb goes off in your head when it comes to economics, you think like, oh wow, I got to keep digging. I got to keep studying because you're excited about it. I caught myself up like hours in the night reading and learning and researching and listening to Stephanie Kelton and Randall Ray because when I tell you those guys and girls are geniuses, they are geniuses when it comes to our economy. And if we just listen to them, if we just do, if we just start doing implementing the small things, we don't. I'm not. It's not even so much about implementing anything. If we just treat our economy like it's set up and stop acting as we on a gold standard, we have so much more domestic policy space to get things done. So I come off as we read about this stuff, we learn about this stuff, and I'm at the time just excited to tell as many people as I can. So I'm excited to just tell people that I'm friends with. I'm like, I want to tell them about the economics. I want to tell them about the economy. And I understand those that are sick of politics because a lot of us are sick of politics because this whole thing is a joke. And Trump is a plant, and I've said that from the start. We've all said that from the start. But with that being said, it's very disappointing when we show someone something about economics in a message or whatever, because you know a lot of us are inboxing people back and forth. We always conversate through dialogue. So when you inbox a friend about economics and they give you this back in return, you guys know what I mean? You guys know when you respond with a thumb back on Facebook. It's very disheartening when you get that kind of thing. I've had people tell me, you know what? How is this helping me now? How is this helping us now? I'm thinking like, really? What you mean, how is it helping us now? Imagine if MLK said how the civil rights help us now. Because he was looking into the future. He was fighting for things that he would not even live to see. And we're simply just saying, just let's treat our economy just like the monetary sovereign system that we have set up. That's it. But when people just reject you, I didn't see that coming. I honestly have to admit, I didn't see the rejection coming. I didn't see people telling me they didn't care. I didn't see people telling me that, so what? I did not see it coming. I'm thinking like, I've even had some people say, you know what? And they've criticized us, real progressives. They said that we have Trump run for president and we have African Americans being disenfranchised. And what you guys are concerned about is that our politicians are acting as if our government is on the gold standard. I'm like, okay, if we stop acting as if we're on a gold standard, that means that those disenfranchised African Americans, because there are disenfranchised African Americans out there and other minorities, we can actually take care of them. But because we have the domestic policy space to get these things done. But when you try to tell them that we're not set up on deficits, they say, you know, I know what I know, and we're just gonna leave it at that. They're so hooked to the matrix that it's not even funny. I've had someone who is a member of the Democratic chair. I won't name any names. That's not what we do here. And I'm thinking, you know what? You've told me how I was wet behind the ears and how I was just a kid and how you've met Senator Bernie Sanders and Hillary Rodham Clinton. Okay, so I see this as an opportunity then. I'm thinking, okay, well, what an opportunity then for you to spread the monetary theory system to the world because you have a bigger platform than I have, a bigger platform than we have because you know more people. Nope. Rejected every step of the way. Say that's their response was, you know what? That's just like you kids. You see a little shiny object and then you run behind it. You mean a shiny object like the law that we haven't done on the gold standard since 1971? I don't understand. So what I'm saying is there's going to be times in this movement when you think people are going to just catch on just like that and they're going to gravitate to it and then they're not. So what we have to do is just stay motivated. And sometimes it's hard to stay motivated, let's be honest. But we can't never get tired to fight to make our lives better. Because you can bet for damn sure that the elites will never get tired to make their lives better at the expense of us. They will not. So we have to stay focused. And one thing I always said, it was hard. What makes this movement so hard isn't just that we have to fight the elites. That would be one thing. We have to fight people like you and I who go through the same things. People that, what makes it hard is people like you and I that just are hooked to the matrix. That they believe everything corporate media tells them, and anything else is a lie. When you tell them that there's no such thing as a national deficit, they think that's asinine. When you tell them that we're not hooked on the gold standard, they say that they think that's asinine. When all they have to do is do the research for themselves, the policy research for themselves. A government that doesn't have to take money from you first to pay its bills certainly doesn't need your money to pay for its taxes. And it don't pay for its taxes. It doesn't pay for government spending through taxes, period. We're not pegged to the gold standard. We're not pegged to anything, meaning we have much more policy space to work with. When you're pegged to something, that means you have less domestic policy space to work with because you have to have that amount to back up your dollar. I don't know how much more proof we need. I do not know. You can show them the Fed chairman saying out of his own mouth that it's not taxpayer money. We use the computers to mark up the size of the value on computers. You have Alan Greenspan in a 60-minute interview telling Republican Congressman Paul Ryan, or Speaker Ryan, that there's nothing preventing the government from creating as much money as it wants and giving it to somebody. But I'm going to try to be nice here. These people out here are saying things like, well, you know, we got to do something about this debt, and we have to do something about Social Security because it's not going to be solvent. And the truth is, it's a lie. But I want to come on today and tell you, I personally, you know, when you show people that are drowning in student loan debt, my thing was, you know what, they're going to look at this and say, you know what, we can cancel student loan debt the same way we cancel the debt for the crooks on Wall Street. I didn't see it coming to where people like you and I will reject me just like that. Even I didn't see it. I know that people are brainwashed. I get that. But wow, when they don't even want to look into the information. And I've gotten a little bit better with blocking people. I haven't blocked people as much as I should because I like to give everyone a chance. I like to think that everyone could be won over through compromise. Because in the words of Ben Franklin, you know, I will speak ill of no man, and I will speak only good I know of everybody. So that's the way I try to do it. You know, I try to stand by a set of principles, especially when it comes to dealing with people that disagree with me or disagree with us. It's best to not just shut them out because some people can be won over. Some people can be won over. There was a situation during the Civil War when Abraham Lincoln was giving a speech. And Abraham Lincoln was speaking kindly to your enemies and speaking well of your enemies. And there was a lady in the crowd that really just got irritated with Abraham Lincoln. I mean, she just, uprooted him with outrage. And she said, you should be talking about destroying your enemies, not talking about loving your enemy, not talking about making them your friends. And Lincoln replied to the woman. And Lincoln's response was classic. Lincoln said, madam, am I not destroying my enemies when I make them my friends? Think about that. Madam, am I not destroying my enemies when I make them my friends? Think about that. That's what this election is about. It's about who can win the most independents, who can win the most leaning Republicans or the most leaning Democrats, who can win the most. So yeah, that's what this is about. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some that just choose to be in the matrix, and those are the ones that we just cannot reach. We try, but it is what it is. But it's very disheartening when people just say, yeah, and then they post a link from Paul Krugman. Very disheartening. Or when they post something about we backed by gold, and China, we owe China so much this, and we owe China so much that. I don't know where to begin. I know that we have to just stay focused. We have to continue to do what they said couldn't be done. Because what Real Progressive is about is challenging the system. That's what Real Progressive is about. There's been some that criticize us and say that we abandoned Senator Bernie Sanders' platform. We're not abandoning Senator Bernie Sanders' platform. We're actually fighting for it. Senator Bernie Sanders has put his faith in Hillary Rodham Clinton owning up to his platform. And you and I both know that's a mistake. You and I both know that Hillary Rodham Clinton is not going to honor that platform. So we're not going to stand around on the sinking ship. We're not. Because it doesn't make sense. Now, Senator Bernie Sanders is doing whatever he's doing for whatever reason. But we have to stay focused on this movement. Jill Stein, the only progressive candidate still running in this race. Period. We have to get behind Jill Stein for President of the United States. And if people stop saying Jill Stein can't win, then Jill Stein will actually win. And it's not about winning with you and I. Because you and I are playing chess, not checkers. You and I are trying to build up the third party movement. So at least if we stuck with Hillary Rodham Clinton, we have someone to challenge her in 2020. That's what this is about. It's not about one election. Because even if we do get Jill Stein, we got to stack the House and the Senate with real progressive leaders in Congress, or we won't get nothing done. And if we don't get monetary theory in the minds of millions of people, everything we're fighting for, it's a waste of time. Everything we're fighting for. Because everything we're fighting for is tied to monetary theory. Now, we was under the gold standard, we wouldn't be able to get half of this stuff done that we're talking about getting done because it had to be pegged by gold. I mean, you have to have so much gold to back it up. And there's only so much gold in this world. But we are a nation that creates its own currency. We are a floating currency. That means we're the issuer. We're the currency issuer, not the currency user. You and I are a currency user. The United States government issues the currency. And guess what else? The United States government can never run out of its currency. Any of you guys that play Monopoly, have you ever ran out of money playing Monopoly? Probably not. And what does the rules in Monopoly say? If the banker runs out, the banker can write as much money as it needs on regular paper. What did Alan Greenspan say? When Paul Ryan was saying, don't we have to cut Social Security in order to keep it from going bankrupt? He said, Alan Greenspan said, no. There's nothing preventing the government from creating as much money as it wants and giving it to somebody. If you just so happen to run out of monopoly money in the game, as the banker, as the rules state, the banker may write as much money as it needs on regular paper. You see the parallel? I don't know how much more proof we need. It's right there. Often. I don't know how much proof we need. But when you get that thumb, don't that make it really ticks you off though when you send somebody a link, or if you kind of just try to have a conversation with them about the issues and you get the thumb. And then I even got to the point where someone said, you know what, Kendall, that's what people can't stand about you, is because you think you know this and that. No, I don't think I know this and that. But I do know that I'm never too high and mighty to learn from somebody. That I do know. And then the next response will be this. Well, I'm very informed. That's all you need to know. What's up, Angela? I'm very informed. That's all you need to know. God, I'll be honest with you. Before I become a member of Real Progressives, I wasn't informed. How about that? I'm not afraid to say if I don't know something. That's because the worst thing you can do in this world is think you know it all. Because then you have no chance to get better because you don't think you need to improve on anything. Well, all we can do is stay focused and keep in mind what we're fighting for, and stay true to our values, stay true to what I believe, to stay true to what we believe in. Because I told y'all from day one why I'm with Real Progressives, why I want a real progressive agenda. Because I want to be a part of a movement. I want to be a part of a team. I want to be around a group of people like you guys out there that aren't afraid to tell the truth and that are quick on their feet. If there's anyone out there that is not like you guys, then guess what? I don't feel like being around them. I don't. I don't want to be around them. We have to continue to do what they said couldn't be done. And we don't shrink to our challenges, we overcome them. And we don't shrink to the status quo. We challenge it. That's what this is all about. Have a good night, guys. Stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. Peace.